In this video, we are going to practice together a few techniques that support your healing. Your healing after an injury or an accident, particularly if you have been immobilized. So if you had a broken bone and you were wearing a cast for a few weeks, usually a certain body part would be rather stiff and weak after a certain amount of time. So today's video is going to help you to gently bring back some movement, some circulation, some strength and some flexibility into the respective areas. We will be focusing more on the lower part of the body. There will be techniques that help your feet, so your toes and ankles, and also some techniques that will help your knees and hips to regain function, allowing you to be comfortable and pain-free. So it's time to practice together. The first technique that I want to show you is about mobilizing our feet, our toes and ankles. So for that I prepared a chair, a comfortable chair, can be also a couch or the edge of your bed, whatever helps you to sit comfortably. So I will sit here on the edge of the chair and just make sure that my feet, my legs, my upper body are relaxed. And we will now start with the first technique to gently bring some movement into the toes. So for that I will just start lifting off my heels and come all the way onto my toes and back. And again onto the toes and back. And third time onto the toes and back. Very good. We will now do the opposite movement. You can bring your legs a little bit more in front and we will activate the toes and feel the connection between some of the structures in the toes and the rest of our leg and body. So what we will do now is we keep our heels on the floor and we will start bringing our toes towards the body and the ankles too. And roll back down. And again, lifting the toes, lifting the rest of the foot and pushing it back down. And last time, toes and all the way up. Very good. Taking a moment just to feel the effects. You can close your eyes, just observe. Try to notice the small differences inside your body perception now that we already did 2 exercises. And we will finish with a rotation movement. You can hold on to your leg with your hands if it is a bit difficult to pull your leg towards your body by your own strength at this point in time. And then we will start introducing some rotational movement. First in one direction, ankles, toes, rest of the leg, and we change direction. All these movements you can practice as long and as often as you feel it is doing good to you. We change the sides. So feel free to also alter the pace if you like to do it a bit slower, if you like to take a few breaks in between. That's absolutely fine. Changing direction, keeping the back straight, breathing deeply. And if you like, you can always close your eyes as you move and just try to feel that movement from within. Taking a moment here, breathing deeply into the belly, closing the eyes, observing the effects. And while we are practicing now, we keep that level of awareness. So the first thing I would like to do with you in order to support the healing of your knees is basically a flexion extension movement. So we are going to straighten and bend the knee. Let's do one leg at a time. We can start with the left leg. If it is too difficult for you to hold your leg up by yourself, just use your hands. Make sure your back is still straight. And from here, we just start slowly, gently straightening and also bending the leg. If you like, you can also straighten your foot, flex your toes, or just keep the foot and ankle relaxed, breathing deeply, closing your eyes if you like, and then changing sides. Again, you can hold on to your thigh with your arms if that is more comfortable. Breathing and bringing the focus to the movement. Just explore the full range of motion which is possible for you at this point in time. No need to judge or become impatient. The movement, the flexibility and strength is going to come back in time. The next thing I would like to show you is introducing a gentle rotation movement. So we can bring the feet closer together and a little bit more towards our seat, and from here we can just start bringing the knees from side to side, just introducing a little bit of movement, and you can feel the effects at the level of your ankles and also at the level of your hips. And from here we can start to open and close. And while this movement brings some opening to the hip joint, you can also feel the gentle movement in your knees. And if this movement doesn't give you any strain on your knees, you can, as we were doing before, lift your leg again and now do circular movements with your foot to gently bring more and more movement into the knee. The knee in general doesn't like rotation very much, so this movement might look very easy, but if you have had injury in your knee, it can already be quite a challenging exercise to do. We can change the side, and if it gets too much, just return to the previous exercise where you move your knees from side to side, and you will see that in time it becomes more and more possible for you to perform that movement. Very good. Taking a moment of rest, breathing, sitting comfortably, observing the effects. And now I would like to show you one last practice, which is a movement that you will feel in your knee, but also in your hip. And it might not be able for you in the beginning to practice this exercise, so don't push yourself, but you can gently build up to it in time. For that, we just keep our right leg on the floor, and we can bring our left leg so that the left leg is resting on the right thigh. And here you will see that in the beginning, even this movement might be difficult. And just letting that leg relax itself, you don't need to push, you don't need to strain. You can see if in time you can just bring that knee more and more to the side. You might feel some stretching in your buttocks, in your hip joint, in your knees. No need to give any strain to the ankle, and just breathe here. Try to keep your upper body straight, and if that is too much, you can gently perform some movements. I am not pushing with this hand, I'm just guiding my leg and just repeating that movement a few times. Doing now the opposite. I will start gently first placing my calf on top of the right thigh And then if you can, and if it is comfortable, you can bring it more towards the ankle and just let that knee sink down, opening the hip. And there is a gentle rotation happening to this knee. So here we can move again, introducing more and more flexibility, counteracting that stiffness inside the knee. But again, this might be difficult in the beginning, so take your time, no need to push. And the final moment of awareness, closing the eyes, feeling the effects. Try to see which body parts now feel activated. And feel free to repeat those exercises if you need to take a break in between, if you like to do them longer, whatever it takes for you to be comfortable and pain-free. That is very important. Thank you for watching, and I see you next time.